What's up? Welcome back. This is Football Digest. My name is Nyash. Yes, and today I want to talk about something serious. I want to talk about a club that I love to hate, a club that I effortlessly hate, and that is Manchester United. This one, of course, me being an Arsenal fan, hating Man United is sort of by default, you know. But today I want to have a serious conversation about this club because I feel like they are going through it. I feel like right now there's so much negativity around Manchester United. It's actually like a blessing that we're in an international break. Akianani. All right. So, of course, started with Arsenal clapping them on Sunday. No, let's even take it further back. Yeah. Let's start off with last year because Man United have been up for sale since last year, November. The Glazers intimated, well, they never explicitly said that they're going to sell Manchester United, but they said they're exploring investment options that can come with partial sale or full sale of the club. Right? So, of course, we took it to be meaning Manchester United up for sale, Guys put in bids. Bids were rejected. Guys came back. Kina Ratcliffe came back. They were rejected. Kina Jassim came. They were rejected. They came back. So, ikafika ni mahali ni Jim versus Jassim, right? And it has been like that for months. Of course, you know, if they're up for sale, it was going to impact heavily on their transfer activity because the budget might be a bit limited because you don't want to spend as much, you don't spend much money on a club that you are seriously going to sell, right? So come the summer transfer market, you're thinking United have now qualified for the Champions League. They need to add quality players, right? They need to have quality depth. Because I feel like for me, it's never an issue of depth. Every club has depth. Because every club, watakuwa naweka watu 7-8 kwa bench kwa kila game. Quality ya watu 7 ndio inamata. Unaget? So having quality depth is always the issue, right? So they needed to get quality players on board, right? But it was said that they have 120 million to spend. You're like, 120 million, but how many players are you going to get? Because it looks like Manchester United need a striker. They look like they need a midfielder, 2 midfielders. They look like they need a defender. And obviously, they do need a goalkeeper. 5 players, quality players, 5 players, you're not going to get 120. With 120 there's no way you're getting 5 quality players. So how is it going to be? They kick off the transfer market by buying Mason Mount, right? Mason Mount has 1 year left and they buy him for 60 million. Half the budget of what they had, they bought Mason Mount. Yeah, today I said I'm not going to laugh at much, so let me be serious a little bit. Half the amount, 60 million, Mason Mount, a guy who has 1 year left. Mason Mount is now injured, right? They went on after that to buy Højlund, right? A poor man's Haaland. Højlund from Atalanta, he had scored, I think, 10, is it, or 11 goals in, I think, 34 matches. They bought him for a whooping 72 million pounds. Jokes. Washa Osho, Mason Mount, and then this. Of course, they need a goalkeeper. De Gea was leaving after some howler from the club. De Gea was actually agreeing to have reduced wages. Man United were okay with that, and then all of a sudden they were not. A quick turnaround, and they said, no, you're not extending your contract, bro. Take a walk. Kanyanga kubwa kubwa. De Gea left, of course. So who would they go and get? Onana. I will not troll him. He's a good keeper, right? So they have a goal. They have bought a striker now. They have bought an attacking midfielder / box-to-box. That's what they view Mason Mount. They have bought Onana. So Mebakshi had like 2 spaces. They need a midfielder, another midfielder, defensive midfielder, and they need a defender. So who do they go and get? So Man United, they start narrowing down options, looking at this, at that, at this, at that. Then they find out, Amrabat is one guy that we can get. Don't forget, they were already in the Hurricane race, and then they pulled out. So they get Amrabat. They see Amrabat. They took weeks to seal this deal. Weeks, when it's the only club, Manchester United was the only club that was interested in Amrabat. How? Amrabat was twerking for Man United, fam. Like, crazy. Man United took weeks to sign him, and they signed him on loan on deadline day. Who does that? And then comes in something else that I'm going to mention to do with Amrabat. It's insane, right? A defender. They look at defender and we want a defender, of course. Who do they go and get? As 35, 36-year-old Johnny Evans, who has been released by a relegated Leicester City. Had the Leicester City are Mtaki, but Man United like, come, returns of their legend. Johnny Evans, they give him a whole year contract. I'm like, these guys, they still have Maguire in there. So transfer market was Shida. Then, of course, that comes to Arsenal now. They come to Arsenal And before the game with Arsenal, on Sunday morning, news come out that the Glazers are in the verge, or they are planning or thinking or intimating of taking Manchester United off the market. Remember I said Manchester United have been up for sale. They are now taking it off the market. They have not gotten high enough bids, and they are insinuating they might want to get done with this deal. Now, I'm also seeing on Daily Mail saying the other guys are not aware. The Jim Ratcliffe Kahoot and the Kahoot Yakina Jassim, they are not aware of that thing of taking the club off the market. They are not. Well, they think the business is still going on as usual. We're like, what's going on? That news coming out just before, or hours before your biggest game, before you go to the transfer market, it was definitely going to affect them. It was going to affect them. And that announcement had a ripple effect on things I'm going to mention later. So come the day, Arsenal host Manchester United, and okay, no trolls. Kwata kudrop mambo ni matatu. So they come and they get beat by Arsenal. And how do they get beat? They bring in, when they are 1-1 draw, when they are drawing 1-1 with Arsenal, they bring in 2 defenders to hold forth for them to maybe see out the game. Those defenders are Maguire and Johnny Evans, who at this time in age compete at the highest levels. Bring on such defenders to hold forth. Seriously. What happens? Manchester United concedes 2 goals with those guys at the back. So Manchester United, they have defensive problems, they have injury problems. Luke Shaw is out, Mason Mount is out, Varane is out. Now they have Johnny Evans. Martinez might be having a niggle, but he has already gone for international duties. It's chaos. Hoyland came in, he had an injury problem. He's back now though, but Jesus, they have lost 2 games out of 4. Then in the press conference, Ten Hag, this is the other issue. Issue number 3. This is issue number 3. Issue number 4. Yeah, because it's a sale. Let's not even count them. There are many. Ten Hag, during the post-match conference, he says, Jadon Sancho, he was that's why Sancho did not feature anywhere, because he was not even in the squad at all. He said he did not like what he saw in training. Jadon Sancho is not training good enough. Sancho is like, no. He goes on social media and he says, I've actually been training well, especially this week. If there's reasons, there could be other reasons of me not getting picked up, but I know one is not me training well. One of the reasons why I've not been picked can't be me not training well, because I'm training well. So there has to be other reasons apart from that. So don't trust everything you read. So in other words, he's saying, don't trust what your coach said. He's saying what Ten Hag said is bollocks. Yeah, I mean, I'm training well, and I will not be used as a scapegoat. And you're like, Manchester United, come on, get your shit together. This is not a power struggle between Sancho and Ten Hag. And people are asking, why do you call out Sancho when you have guys like Maguire? You still have guys like Johnny Evans. You still have guys like Anthony who's doing fuck all. That was Sundays. Monday comes out and you're hearing Anthony is under investigation in Brazil for domestic violence. This is Manchester United that has just finished dealing with domestic violence with Greenwood. Sasa kuna Anthony. He was beating up his ex-girlfriend. Now he's being investigated in Brazil. He has actually been dropped from the national team. Could Manchester United drop him all in all? It's insane. This same Monday, Amrabat is unleashed at Manchester United, or rather, anaonekana kwa media nini tunamwona akiingia. Turns out also he's out for 6 weeks with an injury. Did you buy this guy knowing he has an injury? Did he get injured at Carrington? What the hell is going on? How do you buy a guy who's injured for 6 weeks when you badly need him? Badly. So that's 4 weeks he'll miss of football, because club football is taking a break for 2 weeks, then we come back. So 6 weeks he could have a week in, and then maybe give him another week for getting fully back. So it's like 5 weeks of football missed from a guy you needed that badly, and you bought him on loan. What's going on? As if that was not enough. Hey, even the Sancho saga. News started coming out that there are some players who don't like Sancho. He doesn't train well. He sort of comes to training late. As in, it's a whole shebang of problems for Manchester United. Tuesday morning, or rather Tuesday during the day, news come out that the share price of Manchester United has dropped. You know, Manchester United trades on New York Stock Exchange. It does trade. If you didn't know now, you know. That share price, or the value of Manchester United as a club on New York Stock Exchange, has dropped by £600 million. Remember when I said those news of Glazers taking off the market, the club off the market will have some repercussions? ndizo hizi sasa. Out of that, the shareholders are like, hey, huku ni kubaya bana, because they thought Jassim will come in and buy them up. Yeah, it turns out the Glazers are not selling. Share price fanya nini? Take a tumble. A 20% share drop, I think from 24 shillings or 20 shillings to 19 bob. What's going on? Like, these guys, it's too much. So now we are waiting to see what is going to pop out today on Wednesday. Tuone. Because kila siku kuna something new coming out from Manchester United. And I'll be honest though, I'm kind of loving it. I mean, like I said, I'm a hater by default. So the more problems, the more happy I am. But on a serious note, as a football pundit and generally a person who loves football, this is horrible. This is the biggest club in England, most successful club in England. And such mismanagement is such a shame, to be honest. It's such a shame. It's such a shame. These guys need to get their shit together. Haraka. Very fast, because things might go south more than they already are. So yeah, that's my lowdown on Manchester United, the problems that are ailing the club. I would love to hear what you guys think about what's ailing Manchester United, because it's not looking good, bruv. Yeah, things are looking terrible at Manchester United. Nikubaya. Nikubaya sana. So tell me what you think on the comment section. I would like to know, from the transfer wars to the sale wars to now the Premier League has begun, injury crisis, Jadon Sancho, Anthony domestic violence, share price tumbling, power struggle between manager and the players. Aye, you can go on and 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 on. But I'm loving it. But I would like to hear what you think about what's going on at Manchester United. It's crazy. It's such a shame to see. Manchester United fans are going through it. But I love it.